Hey guys, what's going on? Scott here at the Furriers channel, just coming at you with another video. Got another action figure to open, an unboxing, and somewhat of a review, I guess. This one is a little different than what we usually do. We usually stick, Marvel Legends, wrestling, a little bit of DC, and did I say Marvel Legends? Oh, He-Man, a few Transformers. Those Transformers one we tried to do have been horrendous. I don't see how people do them because of time you have to put into transforming Transformers nowadays. So, but nonetheless, we'll get into this one, and this is one of my favorite figures from back in the day. This is probably the character that we got in the past that gave us, is why we ended up with He-Man. And obviously, I was more introduced to Conan through Conan the Barbarian, the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. And I do have a few of those figures from Super 7. I did do an unboxing of one, which I was trying to do something a little different, and I thought about going back and redoing that one, but it's just kind of like it's already done. The figure's been out for like 2 years, and I was just like, I really don't feel like doing it. So, but this one is more the comic book version, and I've always wanted to get into the older comic books of Conan the Barbarian, but they're kind of expensive, so it's kind of like, would I want to spend that much money on something that I probably might not ever get to read because I'll get something and never have time to read it, and the worse my eyesight gets, the older I get, the harder it is to even read comic books. So, but this one here is pretty nice, I would say. The back we got here on the back of the box, I don't know if y'all already saw that. We got some nice artwork on the back. I'm not sure who. I don't know if there's any names on the back. I see who did that. Nope. And we got some old comic book artwork on the side there. And then on this side here, I don't know who these are, but this one fellow looks like Skeletor. That is wild. I know it's obviously not Skeletor, but this one, not a whole lot of goodies in the box. We got a head, the necklace, axe, sword, sheath, and a pair of hands. So, Super 7 coming up a little short there, but we'll go ahead and start cutting into this bad boy. If y'all would, somebody comment down below if you're watching this. Are you a Conan fan? And if you are, what got you into Conan? Just let me down below. Like I said, for me, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Conan the Barbarian movie. I saw that when I was a kid. I freaking loved that movie. Conan the Destroyer, that one was a little more kid-friendly. I had huge attachments to that movie when I was younger. I watched it a whole lot, but as I got older, obviously the first one's really where it's at. And then they did Red Sonja, which I think there was some rights issue they had when they did Red Sonja with the Conan character in Red Sonja. I don't remember exactly what it was. I might try to get that information and post it up in the video there for you to read, but most of you probably already know. But that one was really good too. I love that movie. I love the artwork in the back there. Kind of see the skull and the flame and all that kind of good stuff. And it's a heavy box here. In the past with Super 7, with the other Conans, I had some issues with the sword. The grip on it, I don't know if this one's going to be the same way, but the paint and stuff that they did on the handle, I mentioned it before, be very careful with that Conan release from the movie that they did. It chips. This one doesn't look like it's going to, and literally I just chipped it putting it into Conan's hand. So oh, this feels nice. His sword sheath here, let's see how it goes in there. Oh man, like a glove. I mean, that goes in smooth. I like that. That looks good. The belt, the sheath. Oh, it's got 2 pairs of hands in here. And we got a twist tie. We got one, looks like. So we'll go and cut that bad boy. We'll get her out of there so we can get a closer look. Yeah, they had, I don't know who does it, but I've seen that Conan statue that somebody did. And I always kind of wanted like a classic Conan look, like even if it's just a statue. And this one is classic comic book Conan. So this one is kind of what you would say, articulation wise, is it's going to take you back to the Masters of the Universe that they did, He-Man. These are pinless though, but we got single joint action here, so we got some old articulation going. But I mean, it still looks good. I mean, this thing's not going to be doing a whole lot of business except for sitting on the shelf anyways. And he's got that single ab crunch there, twist at the waist, and he kind of does a splits there, not too much because his little underwear thingy, and the ankles are really tight on this one. I know in the past with some of the older masters that they did, a lot of issues with the ankles. I don't have a lot of those figures, but the ones I do have, those ankles do get loosey-goosey. So, and the little armband there, it is molded too, that's not coming off. And the head sculpt on this one, looking very stern, looking good. I like it. It'd be nice if he would have had like I guess you'd call it like a robe of some sort of some animal fur. So the bracelet on that arm is attached, and the same with the other one. Twist at the boots. Nope, I don't think so. I think that's all attached there. So we got some painted on scarring on him there too, which looks good. Still a little disappointed with Super 7 the way they're doing that old ab crunch, because the back of it you see a lot of separation there. What's kind of saving it is his little cloth there. So let's get his axe out. And in the past with Super 7 and the weapons, they have been very pleasing. Not floppy, did have some paint issues, but nice sturdy weapons. So his axe, nice and sturdy. His necklace, which we're going to get that on. I'm taking him off to pop his head off to get it on. And that comes right off, slides right on there. It's looking a lot better now. We're looking more like Conan right now. Also wanted to look like Conan when I was a kid. Didn't get there, but it did get me into working out, seeing those kind of guys back in the day, the big buff dudes like Arnold, He-Man, Conan, which, you know, I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, some people probably look at it as, I don't know what you would call it, like whenever you want to look like something you're probably not going to and may get a little depressed about it. I knew I was never going to be like an Arnold Schwarzenegger, like build wise, just because I didn't put in the time. I did try to work out a little bit, but and now I'm way too old to be trying to do that. But overall, I love this figure. So, and I love Conan. Anything that's kind of like that medieval, like with Conan and He-Man and all that. I can't think of the other movies off the top of my head back in the day. I'll probably try to post them up. Just some of the stuff they had, like the sword and sorcery stuff back in the 80s and even into the 90s, man, it was just really big. And I really liked a lot of that stuff back then. The extra head here is not doing too much of anything crazy. He's kind of doing like this, you know, giving a cheese. Or he's angry. He's about to go fight. And our extra hands we have in here, we just have some regular, I don't know if you can see those, I guess just kind of rested hands. And we got our two grippy hands, because he's going to have to hold his axe and he's going to have to hold his sword. And looking at the belt, I know I keep having to do this, but we'll just pop that on there. I don't know if that pops. Yep. So I'm wondering if this just goes around like that, or if it can just pop in there, because it looks like it can pop in there. Yep, it sure does. It just, the sword pops in a little hole right there, and then I guess you can kind of do the belt like that. I don't know how that's going to look though. The sword popped out. Sorry, I'm trying to see how this is going to go. There's two little holes in this, so I guess you can have it on there kind of loose, or you can have it kind of tight. I don't know how I like that though, because he has that going, and then he has his axe. And I guess if you have it kind of loose, you can kind of slide that axe on the back there a little bit. So I might have him posed up when I put him on the shelf though. He's going to have the axe and the sword. So we'll have to compare him to one figure real quick. So, all right, and this is another Super 7 that is kind of a Conan-ish figure. who are we kidding? This is basically like a Conan figure with a helmet and the axe. But this is one of their older ones. As you can see, these have the pins, but the joints, even without the pins, we kind of got the same thing going on there. So I don't know if that's a breaker for me. I'm not too heartbroken over it because the figure looks really good, just like this one. Even though it's older, still looks really good, so can't complain too much. I will say I would have liked to have it the double jointed, but I think with that double jointed look, it kind of breaks up a little bit of the figure. So, and obviously it's going to cost more money to do that, so it's a cost saver thing, I guess you could say. But yeah, that's it. That's Conan though. Super excited about having this one on the shelf, and it's definitely a pickup. And for Super 7 wise, this is a 4.5, man. This is a really good figure. So y'all just comment down below, tell me what you think about this one, and if you would, like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and y'all have a good one. Later.